Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Monday the 20th of June. We have got some new mods and we've got some updates. The Gutler Matador 30 by Rick Black Label TWD Modding, the Cowshed 3+3 by DMI 20mm Normandy, the Large Metal Pavilion by FSG Modding FSG Devar, and then on Saturday I think it was, or Sunday, I think it was Saturday, the Maag pack by SMI Modding Team had an update, but I've just put them all here in one lump because I thought it'd be easier. Now I'm going to say this now. I'm not clickbaiting you. I'm not trying to stitch anybody up. I'm going to be totally honest. The seed potato farm buildings and seed potato farm vehicle packs, both by Dazed, are not in this mod review. Both those packs have got a lot of stuff going on. There's a few buildings, there's a few mods that go with it, and I feel like it needs its own separate mod review to do it justice, so it doesn't get kind of, I don't want to have to rush through and make mistakes or anything, so I'm going to do that separately. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow morning, because there's also a new map out today. It's by ABT Frankie Y. We had small farm and cow farm. This is a combination small cow farm. Hopefully I will get that one done this evening, possibly tomorrow morning. However, the problem I'm having still is with YouTube. When I post stuff to there, it says checks running or processing HD, and that's now been doing that for days now, sitting 3, 4, 5, 6 hours saying checks running. So the videos will post as they post. I'm making them as quickly as I can, prepping them as quickly as I can. Unfortunately, YouTube's end is letting me down just a little bit. So anyway, we have got in front of me the Magsi Bale fork by FredModding, 7.94 megabytes download, 3 slots on console each, and I say each. You'll find them under telehandlers, under tools. If we go down to telehandler tools and scroll across, I say because there's 4 of them. We've got Bale Fork 3 rectangle, 3-prong, Bale Fork 4-prong rectangle, Bale Fork 3-prong round, and Bale Fork 4-prong round. Like I say, they're all 3 slots, 8 grand, 9 grand, 8 grand, 9 grand. None of them have got any options on them. They just come as they are. The difference between them is the square bale one sits a little bit wider, and when the forks come in, they don't come in as tight. The round bale ones do. However, caution to that is, as you can see, the square bale ones come back much further. The round bale ones don't. But I found when I then opened them up again, the top bale here got caught. It just wouldn't come off that side of the spike, so it got a little bit caught up. It's not really what we can do about it. I need to make sure that's on and that's on. So yeah, unfold front loader tool. You can fold the spikes away at the bottom, put some more to one side, either for transport, or you can still grab bales as they are like this. You don't have to have those bottom forks out, but you absolutely can. So if we go into the bales, the bottom one is dead centre, but the other one went over off to the side, and then we go R1 and right stick side to side, so it comes in quite tight. There's not a huge amount of movement on the round one. Comes in, and then you've got your bales. Now I found with the square ones, I did try to tip them right forward, and the square bales started to slip out. Not that you would be wanting to. There are specially designed bale grabs and spikes for doing that. But yeah, they work perfectly all right. Like I say, it's just that when you open it now, because that one's open. Oh no, all right, it's released this time. Good. And then the square one, like I say, that doesn't move as far. We can fold the spikes away at the bottom as well on that one. And then that one closes in, but doesn't go as far, as you can see, because it's designed for square bales. Very nice indeed. The Magsi Bale Fork by FredModding, now down to the field. And we're going a bit vegan, apparently. I'm not, but this is going a bit vegan. And we've got the Plantly Production by AdiRan. I've just realised I've missed a mod completely. I'll have to put it in a second. By AdiRan. It is 4.04 megabytes to download. We've got 2 buildings, one that does vegan milk, one that does tofu. And then there are 2 sell points that go with this. We've got the vegan supermarket and the vegan farmers market. The milk factory, the vegan milk factory, is 13 slots, 100,000 to buy. The tofu factory is 15 slots and 80 grand to buy. The vegan supermarket is 13 slots and 80 grand to buy, and the vegan farmers market is 12 slots and 55,000 to buy. You'll find both of those under production chains and sell points. You'll find both of these under production chains and factories. Slightly different buildings to kind of what we used to, and this is what they produce. So the tofu ones, we've got tofu natural, rosso, red or smoked, and then we've got down the bottom we've got soy milk, we've got oat milk, soy cuisine, which is a higher quality, and then skyr. I think it's like a kind of yogurt. I was hoping the pallets would have kind of yogurts, but anyway, that's what gets produced. Now there's 2 ways of looking at this. The first is something different, vegan products. I would imagine there's a lot of vegans out there that play the game and they want something, for them. That's great. Or it's just another product to have in the production chains to try something different, to have a different building, and fantastic. The other way of looking at it is, unfortunately, it does say on the mod that the pricing is set to be realistic. So it says the production is based on realistic profits and production inputs, which is fine. Production inputs, great. The problem you've got is some of the inputs are worth more than the pallets are. So all the stuff you're putting in, what you're getting out of it, yes, you're getting a different product, but they're not actually worth that much. If we go up to our pricing and we have a look down here, so we've got our oat milk, soya cuisine, skyr, and then we've got soy milk up there, 2,300. That's fine. That's not a bad price. That's gone up a little bit. The oat milk, 2,000, just over. The soy cuisine, which I thought was the better quality one, is less, 1,500. The skyr style, which looks like a yogurt, 2,500. Then the tofu, 1,900. The rosso, 1,819, and the smoked, 2,019. The problem you've got is what the inputs for them, because the inputs for these, if we look at the top factory, the vegan milk factory, oat, sunflower oil, water, soybean, sugar. The soybean alone, you can make more money just selling your soybean. That being said, I went through a month and a half and I haven't used all that much of what I put in. But then in a month and a half, I didn't get what are those pallets at the front. That's all I got in a month and a half. That's it for a month and a half. I'm on 1 day months at the moment, so it's slow production as well. Just something to bear in mind. I'm not, not knocking it. And then the tofu factory, the same thing. Hasn't used a huge amount, but again, it requires soybean water, sunflower oil, olives, tomatoes, wood chips. Could you or would you make more money selling those separately as opposed to what you're going to make on the tofu? Now, there's a lot of production chains that are exactly like that. There's a lot of things in-game that are like that. You stop and think, well, actually, I could make more money selling that than actually using it to produce something else. That's kind of part and parcel with the game. I'm just pointing it out just so people are aware, and it will inform your decision on whether you want to use it or not. Now, as for these, what are the total inputs? Oats, it will take 1.5 million. Sunflower oil, it will take 50,000. Water, 1 million. Soybean, 500,000. And sugar was 10,000. If we go to the tofu factory, soybean was 500,000. Water was 1 million. Sunflower oil was 50,000. Olives, 50,000. Tomatoes, 50,000. And wood chips, 10,000. It's a bit worrying. Wood chips? Do they have wood chips in tofu? Apparently, it's accurate. So there you go. That's the plant-ly production. If you want to go a bit vegan, you absolutely can if you want to. Bear with me a second. I've got some mods to add in that I forgot. It's okay. I've put it in now. It's the underground storage by Schultz modding. 0.97 megabytes download. 3 slots each on console. And I say each, there are 2 of these. One of these I thought was a typo, but it's not. They look like this. Now, it's all underground. That's the whole point. Underground storage. You've got one standard and one that takes liquids. One of them, well, yeah. Well, they both take bales. It says also bales because it's content bulk. We'll do bulk materials and one's bulk materials and liquids. I'm sorry, I know I seem a little bit distracted, but it's just thrown me a little bit. So we go to silos and we scroll across, they're on the end there. So for 50 grand, you've got an underground storage silo there, will hold 500,000 litres of product. I'm wondering if it is a typo. For 50 grand, which is brilliant. That's just standard storage, but that'll do bales as well. So you can put bales there, it will take the bales. Now when you want the bales back out, it'll give them back to you as loose product. You won't get them back as bales. They'll come out as loose product. The next one is 100,000, also 3 slots. That does 500 million litres? Is that right? So that's the same storage, but with liquids added. Yeah, apparently. That's quite scary, actually. So, yeah, slot counts are low on them, 3 anyway. 50 grand and 100 grand. That's got to be 500,000, doesn't it? But it says on the ModHub website. Although weirdly, the capacity on the ModHub website says for the first one says 1 million litres. So I don't know if something's amiss there. Maybe the problem is I didn't want to start trying to fill it with something. Because if it is 500 million, I'm never going to get anywhere near it, am I? I'm not going to get close, and it would take me ages to fill these. So, yeah. I mean, even 1 million or 500,000 litres for the price, 50 grand, that's pretty good. So, underground storage, sorry, Schultz, I'm sorry if I've got that. That's what it's telling me, that's what it's saying. Yeah. I thought I would interject at this point. When you get to the end of the video, I am going to say later on that I was going to put something up on the screen, but I just thought, you know what, I need to do a bit more of a check on this. This is the smaller of the two. On the website it says it's 1 million litres, in here it says 500,000 litres. I've checked it, it's 500,000 litres, and that's total. I put 500,000 litres of wheat into this, as you can see. It wouldn't take any more wheat, so I put some barley in there, thinking, well, maybe it would do 500,000 litres of each thing. It doesn't. It wouldn't take the barley either. So that's 500,000 litres total. That's the 50,000 one to buy, 500,000 litres. This one is a whole nother animal. And no, I haven't filled it up. What I have done, thinking that potentially it could have been a typo, that possibly it could have been zeros transposed, I blew through 500,000 litres on this, because this does solid and liquids, as the previous MrSealyp has already said. We blew through 1 million litres and we blew through 5 million litres. So at the moment we're sitting on, what, 5,800,000 litres. So we've gone past 5 million litres. Now, if it's a typo, what we've got left then is 50 million litres and 500 million litres, which is what it says it's got left. Now, if it's not 500 million, it's 50 million. That's still insane. For 100,000 to buy, liquids and solids, including bales, 50 million litres would be crazy. If it's 500 million litres, that's insane. So either one of those, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter because the concept being, even if you had 1 million litres of each thing, we don't have 500 products. So you're not going to fill that. I would, if it's 500 million, I don't see how you're going to fill it. So yeah, there was no way I could sit here and fill it to 500 million litres. You know, it's taken me long enough to get to just over 5 million, or just under 6. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you an update. That's where we're at, and I think that's pretty astounding. If it's 50 million, that's still a crazy capacity. Back to MrSealyp. Nicely made, it is what it is. So anyway, right, that's the vegan supermarket, the vegan farmers market. Moving on from there, we have got the building garage. This is by Matej Mods, 13.75 megabytes download, 23 slots on console. It will cost you 120,000 to buy, a bit more if you need to level the land, or it needs to level land. We have got Solar panels on the roof, this will earn you money as well. It will earn you 4,800 per month. So if you're on 1 day months, it will be in 1 day 4,800. If you're on 10 day months, it will split that 4,800 across the month. So it'll be 4,800 for the month, regardless how many days. This section, you've got 3 doors, all drive-through on the garage, a little door through on the end there. This side, we've got 3 doors that aren't drive-through. And this section here in the middle, we've got a door here, and we've got a door in the corner there, so you can, whatever you want to bring in. And as we go through into this one, this is where your light switch is, light switch on and off, and that does for the entire building. That's interior lights and exterior lights. So that one light switch does the lighting for everything. Like I said, I don't want to keep pressing that button today. So there you go, under sheds, just down the bottom there. 120 grand, 4,800 a month. Slot count will come down from 23 to 1. Lovely. Next, we've got this. This is the problem is the next couple of mods. There's loads of options on these. This is the Lizard HPN series Brazil by Kohler, 29.29 megabytes download. The HPN, the lorry itself, is 12 slots. We've then got the bulk carrier. There's a 6x2, which is 5 slots, and a 4x2, which is 4 slots. We've got the dumper, which is 3 slots, and then we've got the sugarcane back, which is 3 slots. We'll look at those in a bit more detail. The large 6x2 one of these is 25,000 litres, and the small one is 15,700. The dumper, I forgot to write it down, but don't worry, we'll see in a second. But the sugarcane back on this is 27,300 litres. So as far as options go, let's go to vehicles and we'll go to trucks. Scroll to there. 70 grand for the vehicle itself, which isn't too bad at all. Slot count will come down from 12 to 1. Options on this, I'm going to go straight down to the bottom first, and I'm going to change. No, I don't want to go that way. I should go that way. I'm going to change the rim colour, and I'm going to put that on silver, because you can see a lot easier. With it on the red, you can't really tell. So let's go back up to the top. So we've got a 4x2, 6x2A, or 6x2B. I think I went for the 6x2B, I think I went for. We've then got iron rims 1, black front wheel, aluminium wheel 1, aluminium wheel 2, that's at the front. Back to iron rims again. Decorative sash, let's zoom out a little bit, that's on the front of the vehicle. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we've got rear height, and you can up the height on these up to, I think it's 4 times, if you want to raise the height on the rear. Stair lights, we've got 2 stair lights just where the steps are by the door. You have design 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It goes from 2 to 3 lights. Yeah. So at design 4, it then goes to 5, which is then 2 lights to 3 lights. Then we go through the colours again. Bumper, we've got grey, colour, black, grey low bumper, colour, black. Then we've got 1935 grey, colour, black, 1935 grey with low bumper, colour, black. Back to grey again. We've then got design 1, 2, 3. So the shading on the side windows, the front window doesn't change. Then we've got PX antenna, left, right, both off. We've got embellishment rear light. So we can have 3 orange lights, 3 red lights, 5 orange lights, 5 red lights on the back if you want. Hubcaps, no. Iron rims, this is the front iron rims 2, no. And then rear hubcaps, design 1, design 2, no. Exhaust, now standard, it comes out the side there, we'll go up the top for this. Exhaust 1 puts out to the side there, then it changes the tip of the exhaust. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7 puts the exhaust out the left hand side down the front there. I told you there's a lot of options. Air suspension, yes or no. Capacity, plastic tank 1, round tank, back to plastic tank. Then front, honestly, this. Oh dear, we got grey and colour, grey and black, colour and grey, colour and colour, colour and black and grey, black and colour, black and black, back to grey and grey. Then we got pneumatic, yes or no, that's on the rear. Engine setup, we've got 177 horsepower, 184 horsepower, 210 horsepower. Doesn't add any extra money on to do that. Then you've got markers and sun shield, sun shield, markers and sun shield. Main colour, does the main colour, chassis colour, original or black, and then hub colour is the inner parts of the hub, so let's pick a colour that stands out, yellow, and then rim colour, which is what I changed, anything on that palette. Now, there are backs that go with this. Honestly, I hope I get through all of this. So, we've got the bolt carrier 6x2 and the 4x2. They're the two that I mentioned. 15 grand for the 6x2, 11 grand for the 4x2, 25,000 litres, 15,700. Options on those are identical. Then we've got the dumper, 21,000 litres. So that's only for the 6x2. I don't think it'll work on the 4x2. I'm pretty sure. I haven't tried it, but the fact it's 6x2B, maybe it will. So options on this, again there are loads. We've got sash colours that match up with the sash on the main vehicle. We've got design 1, 2, again this changes the strip colours. You've got wood, black, white, back to wood. Design 2 is the bottom part, underneath, black, colour, white. Then you've got design 2 on that, black, colour, white, changes all the bits around it. Rear height, plus up to 4 plus. And that's for your mudguard. So if you've gone for a height adjustment on the actual main vehicle, you can adjust your mud flap on the back to match it. Main colour, design colour, does underneath. Cover colour, multi mud flap colour, and then off. And we kind of go through similar options on the other bits. We got red, black for the chassis, decorative sash colours, we go through those. Rear height again for the mud flaps. Cover, yes or no. If you go for yes, we can change the cover colour. Main colour, cover colour, mud flap colour. And then we go to, from there is the, sugarcane. Sugarcane back on the end there, 24 grand. 27,300 litres, slot count will come down to 1. We've got rear height again on that's the mud flaps again. Main colour does the framework. Design colour does that. And mud flap colour we can change as well. Right, hop in, start it up. Horn. Lights. We've got L1 and X, lowers the rear axle, or raises the rear axle. Open cover, if you've gone for it for the pneumatics, you can see the lights on the side. If we go for the light options, the lights on that side step have come on as well. Let's put that back up again. We have also got under, is it L1? L1, R1 and open crane tool does the window, you can see that. Now this is where things get a little bit more bonkers, and yeah, this is a little bit like the Ponz thing we had the other day, where there were just so many different weird and kind of bizarre options on this. If I open cover, it does that, but it leaves all that. So I can open sidewalls, L1 and X. Please open the sidewalls. No, it's not doing it. There we go. Don't want it took so long. L1 and left on the D-pad. Oh no, that's that. Got right. So L1 and right stick side to side does that. Up and down does that. So we can take all of those off. R1, we can do that. in various different. So this is R1 and right stick side to side. There's all the options seem to be all over the shop. Yeah, but you can get it to. There are straps, but the straps are underneath until you put something on top, and then they'll strap over whatever you want to do. So yeah, it's got some very weird combos, up and down, side to side. Then L1, R1. No, I think we're right there. Unload here. Yeah, so that's got a few different options on it for the various different choices you want to go for. So you can kind of have it as a flatbed if you don't want to have it as a tipper. Right, the dumper is kind of the same. So we want to open cover. No, not that one. There we go. Then L1 and right stick side to side. We can do the cover that way as well, up and down. Honestly. Then R1, you can do that, up and down. L1, R1. It does that a little bit. Yeah. So you can have it like that, which is pretty cool. And then there's just various different options of craziness that you want to go for. If you have that back on though, hang on, and then tip, it will tip and the back will swing open if you've got the back on there. I suppose again that can be if you want to put logs in the back of it, you can take that off and adjust it. Luckily the sugarcane bag is a bit more straightforward. It's just got a tip. So I can breathe a little bit more comfortably and happily. But you can see why as well I didn't want to add in the seed potato packs as well, because some of these have got a load of options and loads of stuff to look at. So, sugarcane back, and this just tips. Look, how nice is that? Simple as that. Up it tips and goes back down again. Nothing more complicated than that. And there is an option there that says L1 and circle lower tipper. I haven't got the. Again, it's probably one of those weird things where you've got a different option on something that I haven't chosen that will allow it to. That could be if you've got the rear back. If you've got it raised, and that will raise and lower it. Yeah, there are so many options. Interior's nice, tidy, all very good. Engine off, hop out. There we go. Loads to play around with on that. The Lizard HPN series Brazil by Kohler next. Now this is another one. I'm sure I've reviewed this about 20 times. I know there's been different companies, Woodcraft Modding and HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau, and there's all been all different versions. But anyway, we've got another one. This is the Ponz Bison active frame. I'm sure we've already reviewed this. HR Forst und Fahrzeugbau, 18.77 megabytes download, 25 slots on console. It's a forwarder with a crane. Yeah, a lot of the options, if you watch my old reviews normally, are the same as ones I've looked at previously, but we'll have another look. Forestry machines. The Bison active frame standard is 225 grand. On the end, this one is also 225 grand, although this is 25 slots, which comes down to 2. Options available, we can have Nokian on Forest Kings, we can have Trelleborg on the 428SBs, we can have it on the 422SBs or the TM2000 specials, which I personally like. Ollus 4s, I'm not going to read them all out, but we've got all the various different track options, tracks front, tyres, chains, you know, as you go through. Pick the ones you like. Window tinting, no. Black or yellow. Hood protection, no. Design 1, design 2. Lower protection, protection, no. Yes. Exhaust protection, yes or no. Window protection on the back, yes or no. We've got timber blade on the front, yes or no. We've got design. Now this I couldn't. Oh yeah, it's the side bits here on the side of the bunk. It puts a frame on the side of the bunk which can hold stuff in place, but if you don't want it there, you don't have to, and it just gives you, I suppose, a bit more freedom, space, I guess. Engine setup, 285 horsepower, 425 horsepower. Main colour, anything on that palette. Claw colour, again, anything on that palette. Then bands and chains. If you've got bands and chains on there, we can scroll through and you can pick a colour to go with for your bands and chains. If you haven't got them on there, it doesn't matter if you change it or not. And then rim colour, let's go for, doesn't really matter, blue. And then license plate option on there too. So those are the options on it. We hop in, we start it up. We've got a control group crane. The crane operates pretty much as most of the cranes do, up and down, side to side. That's on L1 and right stick. R1 and right stick, up and down, side to side. Then L1, R1, right stick, left and right, up and down. So the crane operates pretty much as most of the cranes do. We have got the option under, have we got tension straps on there? L1, R1, left stick does the L1, R1 and left stick side to side does the blade at the front, raises and lower that. And then we've got, oh, that still does that, that's interesting. Now if we switch to control group extras, right stick side to side opens and closes the door. And under R1, which one was it? Oh yeah, right stick side to side moves that bunk, so you can make the bunk shorter. I don't know why you would, but you can make the bunk shorter if you want. Doesn't open that out though. I don't think the bunk doesn't get any wider. And then L1, R1 and right stick side to side takes that bunk further out the back, so you can extend that part of the bunk, you can extend it right out. So we can, yeah, it's interesting. But I say, it doesn't widen. I know we had some on FS19 where the bunk would widen and you could tip it and do all sorts of stuff. That in essence is it. We can change driving position. Lights. If we press control group again, we go back to crane. I don't think I've missed any options. We've got our camera angle, back of the seat again, keep getting that one. The crane, camera. And back to that again. Yeah, that's it I think. So we go. Don't think I've missed anything on that. That's the Ponz Bison active frame by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau. Next we have got, all the way over here, we've got the AgroMash Salvis 3800, 3800. I've gone for weird colours just to make it stand out a little bit. 12.31 megabytes download, 11 slots on console, 3 meters wide by Bartson V3. This is also a direct drill. Holds 5,000 litres. It's 2,000 litres fertiliser, 3,000 litres seed. Pretty sure it is. Nicely detailed. All the bolt heads and everything, you can see it all. Very nice indeed. You'll find this under tools and seeders. Oh, on the very end there, 32 grand, 180 horsepower required. We'll run at 11 miles per hour. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. It's just variations of the red. And then design colour variations of a green. So I just went for the ones that stand out. And the license plate option. If we hop into here, start it up. We can open cover, which does the seed tank first. Then that closes and opens the fertiliser tank. Nice animations on those, with the ladder raising and lowering, whether you've got it open or not. I haven't got an option come up for the ridge markers. You can unload from this, not all seeders do it, but you can unload, so once you've filled up, if you finish doing your seeding, you can unload it and your boxes will come out. We turn on our seeder, lower it down. And we are direct drilling. So we are seeding, cultivating as we go. It does have lights and indicators on it. Much else to say. So you can see the little spring bits there on the tines on the rear moving a little bit. Yeah, it's a 3 metre seeder. Direct drill does the job. The AgroMash Salvis 3800 by Bartson V3. Next we have got this again. I thought I've done one of these. Maybe we have, but this is by someone else, I think. Unless I'm just repeating mods, I don't know. This is the Brent Avalanche by Camille, K4Mil, I think it's Camille. 13.76 megabytes download, 10 slots on console, 53,000 litre capacity. It is an auger wagon, and it will take regular auger wagon crops. It doesn't take anything over and above. Standard crop type, seed and fertiliser generally is what they'll take. It's nicely made, nicely detailed, with a few options on it as well. If we go up to our auger wagons, scroll across to the end, no, just one in from the end. There we go. I don't think we have an Avalanche in-game standard anymore, do we? We've got the Demco, the Elmers, Bergman, no. So, yeah, there we go. 118 grand, 300 horsepower required to pull it. We've got the option of Trelleborg, Vredestein, BKT, Continental, Michelin and Mitas. Lizard is the crawler track. We've got various different options, a couple of kind of larger flotation tyres, not LSWs necessarily, but I won't read them all out, but as you can see, there's various different variations on a theme. BKT is standard, there's nothing else on BKT. Same with Continental, just comes like that. Michelin, Mitas, and then Lizard back to the crawler truck. Crawler track. Cover, yes or no. Main colour, red or green. Rim colour, if you've got rims, you can pick from any one of those. I don't think it changes the inner bit of those because that's on a track. We have got, I mean, it runs really nice. It looks good on the tracks as well. I do like it on the tracks. I remember when this came out on FS, was it 17? I think it was 17. It was like, oh, it's amazing. It's really cool. I love it. Cover open and close. Detailing on the inside, on the ribbing and all the stuff that holds it together is amazing. Pipe out. He's done like so. And then we have got some adjustment, which is nice. If we go L1 and right stick side to side, you can raise and lower the whole pipe. Up and down, adjust the nozzle that way. R1 and right stick side to side, we can twist the nozzle as well. So we've got quite a bit of movement on there. We have got lights on the pipe as well. So plenty of adjustment. Very useful indeed. Pipe in, cover on. The Brent Avalanche by Camille, which I think brings me on to, yeah, I'm glad I didn't miss those silos. What I might do at the end, or when it comes to edit, that silo, I'll try and fill it. It's going to take me a while. I'll try and fill it. If I do fill it, it will either come up with, I'll put the capacity on the screen when I come to edit it, because I feel like I should at least try. If it is 500 million litres, I'm not going to get close, but we'll get an idea. Anyway, lastly, today, and like I say, tomorrow I'll try and do the seed potato. No guarantees, but I will try. We have got the John Deere 9600 9610 by SiiD modding, 23.43 megabytes download, 22 slots on console. This is a really nice mod in that capacity isn't huge, but nor's the price. It's 11,181, I think, something like that. Very nicely detailed mod, as SiiD modding stuff often is. Not a huge amount of options. I know some like the things we've had already today, you spend ages just kind of going through all the options. So it's nice when you get one that has options, but not too many. Let's look at the price. 87,100. That's all. That's pretty good. So it starts at 8,457 litres standard for 87 grand, which is pretty good anyway. We can have a small tank flap extension, which takes us 9,818, and then the Maurer regular takes us up to 11,818 litres, which is brilliant. Adds a little bit more on, not horrendously expensive. We've then got wheel brand Michelin Mitas. Under Mitas, it's just standard. Under Michelin, we've got standard wides, wide 2, twin wheels 2, twin wheels 3, twin wheels 4. That's more the back. Sorry, twin wheels 3. Twin wheels 4 widens the front. And then we go 5, 6, and then back to standard again. Design, no. We can have a Starfire 3000 for only 1,500, which is probably one of the cheap ones I've seen. CB radio inside, yes or no. Engine setup, we've got the 9600 at 253 horsepower. The 9610 at 275. The... Oh, is it just those two? Oh, yeah. 9600, 9610. Of course it is. That's the mod. The Maximizer is what it is. And then we've got short pipe or standard pipe. So short pipe, standard pipe adds a little bit more as well. That's still only 120 grand for 11,818 litre John Deere harvester. That's pretty good. Slot count's not ridiculous either. Remember back in the day when all the John Deeres had ludicrous slot counts? Not so anymore. Let's hop in and start it up. Fold and unfold harvester, puts the steps in and out of the way. Pipe out. Nice smooth animation. It's got some really nice detail on it. Lighting's pretty good too. This thing also, I will say now, turns on a dime. The rear steering is brilliant. So it's, I have to say, price, capacity, use, it's brilliant. And it doesn't say it comes with a header. I think it just comes as it is. Oh yeah, we want to disable straw swath. Look at the animation on that as well at the back. Disable or enable straw swath. Does that. Very nice. It has a rear hitch. I think it's got a rear hitch on there. Pretty sure it does. And then we've got under L1, R1 and right 6 side, we've got a door that opens. With a nice, reassuring click and clunk. With light opening as well. Light opening, light turning on and off. What we do. Interior, nicely detailed. I like it. I have to say, as a you know, it's a nice mod. Right, that's it for the mods. Most of the mods for today, Monday the 20th. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.